Hello and Guru Scott. On this video we're going to be installing a temperature gauge for my still-in supercharger intercooler. And the supercharger is located here and the outlet for the intercooler is right here. So this is where the hot part will be coming out. From Summit Racing I got this inline temperature sensor and it's located here. I've actually already installed it and pre-wired it. This part here is essentially ground, and this is the positive sense wire. And I've run it through here, and right now it temporarily goes over there. And what we're going to do is run a wire through the firewall, and we're going to be installing a gauge inside the vehicle. So we're going to do some disassembly inside the vehicle. We found a great location for it, and we'll show you all that here in just a few minutes. Okay, so we're going to mount the gauge down below where the radio is. There's actually a hole here. And if you have a four-wheel drive, this has already been used, but on two-wheel drive, it's available. So we're going to see if we can mount the gauge here. So what we're doing is we came up here and using a special plastic pry tool, we carefully brought up the back first and then pulled this whole thing up. So now it comes off. Now we're going to take a Phillips type screwdriver and take that screw loose that's in there. And this whole front panel should be able to be worked off. And then we'll be able to see if we have access to this hole down here. So that's what we're going to do, and we'll be right back. Okay, at this point we've pulled out the whole radio and dash assembly, and we've taken all the plugs out. You actually had to take this screw on top loose, but also there was two on each side. That's really important to take out. So you have to take those out, pop the whole thing off from the top carefully, reach under the bottom, pop it out, unplug all the plugs, and it's out. And then now we'll look at what it looks like without it. So the part here is easy to get to now, and we're hoping to get to this area back here and see if we can put this meter in here. So we're going to take a look at that next and see how that comes out. At this point we've removed the blank that was in here. You simply push on these clips from inside and push the blank backwards and it pops out. And then here's the new gauge I got. And this is made by Autometer, and it's a water temperature gauge for the range I'm looking for. And we put a rubber band around it so it'll friction mount in here. So we're just simply going to install it that way. And then we will connect up all the wiring. So we're going to get some of that done and then we'll come back. So we've got the wiring hooked up now. What we did is we tapped into the radio plug. We used T-taps, and we used the switch that switches with the key ignition switch. It's a green wire here with like a silver stripe. And then for the lights, we used a red wire. It looks like it's got a silver stripe on it. And we T-tapped into those, ran the wires down here to the gauge. We're ready to push the gauge in. We grounded it up here, and we have the sense lead going in. So what we're going to do is go ahead and push the gauge in. We're going to put everything back in, and then we're going to start it up and see if it works. Okay, so installation is basically finished, and we're going to go ahead and start it up, and you'll see the gauge activate. And now we're going to turn on the lights. You'll see it light up. So it was a pretty easy installation. That's about all there is to it. And thanks for watching. Tschüss.